It's time to face reality head on. Quit hiding behind excuses and stop lying to yourself with empty promises of change. The cost of staying stuck in this untransformed state is way too high. If you're tired of living with that nagging feeling there's something more, but have no clue how to reach it, here's some tough love. What's holding you back isn't out there in the world, it's inside you. And you'll never get where you want to go if you keep believing the lies you've been telling yourself. It's time to ditch the comfort of those lies and face the hard truth. Either you change now, or you keep living as a spectator in your own life. So, what's it gonna be? Will you keep fooling yourself? Truth hurts. But lies? They destroy. Maybe you don't realize it, but every time you choose to live in denial, a part of you crumbles. You feel the pressure, that emptiness of living a life that's not authentic. That's why procrastination and dissatisfaction creep in and take over. Each lie you tell, even to yourself, layers grime over your true identity. Facing the truth is momentarily painful, but living with lies? That's a lifelong torment. It's easier to stick with what's comfortable, isn't it? To look in the mirror and see the person you wish you were, not who you really are. But here's the kicker, lies catch up. One day, they explode in your face, leaving you shattered and lost, clueless about how to start over. Ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to live like this? The pain of facing the truth is nothing compared to the agony of not being honest with yourself. Confronting who you really are can be the start of a new chapter. But here's the catch. Most people lack the guts to take that step. They keep living a lie because reality feels too uncomfortable. But if you don't face it, you'll never know what you're capable of. And trust me, you deserve to know. What's holding you back from becoming the person you're meant to be? Now, picture this. You've stopped running. You've chosen to confront the truth head on. No masks, no excuses. What does that bring you? I'll be straight with you. It won't be easy. But the reward? It's something few people ever experience. Living authentically gives you a freedom like nothing else. Truth sets you free, lies keep you chained. You'll finally see things clearly, stop living on autopilot, and start making real decisions. When you embrace reality, doubts fade. You leave behind the mental games that keep you stuck, paralyzed by the fear of failure. Instead, you begin to see yourself for who you really are, and that's the first step toward becoming who you're meant to be. I'm not talking about being some superhero. I mean being someone you're proud of, even when the choices are tough. Because truth has this incredible power to shape you into your best self. It gives you confidence, real confidence, the kind that forms the foundation for everything else. You'll take control. No more blaming others or your circumstances. You'll start looking inward and figure out what's really holding you back. And by doing that, you'll carve a new path where doubt and insecurity have no place. Sure, it'll be uncomfortable at first, even painful. But it's the kind of pain that strengthens and propels you forward. You'll discover the power of self-awareness and learn to act with purpose. Because wandering aimlessly, that's just going in circles. Facing the truth will feel like a lightning bolt cutting through the darkness. No more hiding. And that bolt, it'll guide you. Don't fear it, because embracing what's real creates a version of you that refuses to settle for less. That version will move forward with conviction. Let's be real, you feel that fear, don't you? That fear of looking in the mirror and finally recognizing who you truly are. It's not failure you're scared of, it's the truth waiting to confront you. You spend your life making excuses, building castles of illusion about who you think you are. But deep down, you know it's not real. You know reality is staring you right in the face, and you're doing everything to avoid it. What makes you afraid of the truth? What keeps you petrified of looking inside and confronting your flaws, weaknesses, and, yes, your mistakes? We all have those fragile spots. But what sets the strong apart from the weak is the ability to face those spots and say, I can fix this. When you run from the truth, you give away your power. You let the ghosts of your past dictate your present. The only thing that's real, the only thing you can control, is the moment you decide to stop hiding. It sounds simple, but you and I both know it's not. When you face the truth, there are no more excuses, no comfort zones left to retreat to. The pain hits, frustration kicks in, and guilt might come knocking too. But that's the part nobody talks about. The pain of confronting reality is heavy. It's intense, but it's necessary. Without it, without that awakening, you'll keep living in darkness, oblivious to how much you're sabotaging yourself. And believe me, your mind will keep manipulating you. What's holding you back is the fear of change. It's the fear of finally taking the step you know you need to take. Because change hurts. It demands courage. But staying the same? That's worse. Every day you let slip by, you're delaying your chance to be who you were meant to be. So listen up, facing the truth isn't a choice. It's a necessity. Because if you don't confront reality, it'll only get harder to deal with. And that's the biggest mistake you can make. You're lugging around all these lies, aren't you? Not just the ones people tell you, but the ones you invent for yourself. And the worst part? You do it every single day and convince yourself it's fine. But it's not. You're sinking under the weight, drained of energy, stuck in weakness. Every lie you tell, every excuse you make, adds another brick to the load you're already carrying. And what happens when that load gets too heavy? You stop moving. Period. You're scared of the pain that comes with truth. So instead of dealing with it, you cling to lies. But here's the kicker, you're not immune to pain. It'll come knocking anyway. All you're doing is postponing it. And when it does show up, it'll hit harder. Every lie, every excuse builds a wall that separates you from freedom. And deep down, you know it. But still, you let fear run the show. Fear of change, fear of what it might demand from you, fear of the unknown. Want to know the biggest mistake you can make? Letting lies, false justifications, and fake security keep you stuck in the same place, running the same cycle. When you choose lies, you choose weakness. You choose mediocrity. And that mediocrity? It's the invisible chain keeping you captive. and you accept it. You accept that weight because every day, with every lie, it's easier to stay the same. Think you can live with that? Think you can ignore the consequences? The price of lies isn't cheap. What you pay for them is a lifetime of frustration, regret, and what-ifs. The worst part? You won't even realize it until it's too late. Until you're so far from your true self, the way back seems impossible. But if you don't stop now, if you don't face the lies chaining you down, the cost will only grow. Every excuse, every justification eats away at your spirit until one desperate day, you'll ask yourself, where did I lose my way? Don't let it come to that. What's your move? Are you going to keep letting fear paralyze you, or will you face the truth and turn your life around? Fear isn't real, but how you react to it, now that's real. And let's be honest, staying frozen in place, head full of excuses, is your choice. Don't kid yourself. Fear only controls you because you let it. It's the biggest obstacle in your life, and here's why it wins. You're scared of challenging yourself. You're afraid to break the routine, step out of your comfort zone, and face the unknown. Here's the truth, fear never disappears. It never goes away. What you need to grasp is that the only way to beat it is to face it. Every single day you give in to fear, you lose another chance to move forward. Fear tricks you into thinking change will destroy you. But guess what? Not changing? That's what destroys you. Staying mediocre, thinking the comfort of a boring, predictable day is enough? That's the real killer. Are you going to spend your life hiding behind fear? Complaining about the lack of results and progress while choosing to stay stuck? Fear won't kill you, but a lack of courage will. It'll eat you alive, slowly but surely. One day you'll wake up and realize fear kept you from greatness. Fear kept you from taking that next step. Fear kept you from trying something new. If you don't learn to deal with fear, it'll run your life. It'll make you believe you're not capable, not worthy, not deserving. But what if it's all a lie? What if fear's just another excuse? It's time to stop hiding. It's time to be bigger than your fear. Because when you face the truth, when you face fear, you free yourself. And that change you've been longing for finally starts to happen. Don't fear change. Fear staying the same, stuck as a limited version of yourself. Are you fed up with your life as it is? Do you feel like there's more out there, but you have no idea how to get to it? The truth is simple. You have the power to change everything. But there's a problem. You don't believe it. Or worse, you think change is out of your reach. That limited vision of yourself, that's what's killing you. Let me tell you something. You'll never achieve what you wanted if you keep seeing yourself as small. Here's the deal. If you're waiting for change to happen, it never will. You're the only one who can take that first step. Your biggest obstacle isn't the world, resources, or opportunities. It's the version of you that's afraid of change. The fear of failure, the fear of not getting it right, that's what's holding you back. But here's the truth, failure isn't the problem. Not trying is. Failure is just a lesson for those brave enough to try. And the biggest lesson? There's no such thing as loss, only learning. If you're stuck in an endless loop of frustration, it's because you're not reinventing yourself. You're clinging to the past, to old beliefs and habits that hold you back. You're living on autopilot, like a zombie. It's time to break free from that. It's time to shatter that cycle of inaction. You have the power to become whoever you want. Yes, you can reinvent yourself. You can take control of your life, make choices that challenge you, and push you out of your comfort zone. No more excuses. The only limit you have is the one you've set for yourself. So, what are you gonna do? Keep lying to yourself or reinvent yourself right now. Keep being the same person with the same habits, expecting different results, or create a brand new version of you. Someone who doesn't fear change, doesn't settle, and knows the best is yet to come. Now that you know the truth, there's no turning back. You've been challenged to take a brutally honest look at your life and recognize that change is in your hands. It's in your choices and the actions you take or don't take. There's no future without effort, no progress without the courage to confront what's holding you back. If you want something different, you need to act differently. Life's game isn't for the weak, it's for those brave enough to embrace change. And yeah, it'll hurt. It'll demand a lot from you. But the only alternative is staying stuck, regretting missed opportunities. The choice is yours. What's it gonna be? Will you finally reinvent yourself and claim what's rightfully yours?